Well, here we are. There we may be, or whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely going to have to ask, is anybody on? Is anybody watching? Anybody listening right now? Man, what a time I've had with this particular startup right here. I can't even begin to explain what's going on. So we'll give y'all a few minutes to get in here. A few minutes, okay? I know that we've tried to come on here earlier and it just didn't work. So we'll be on here in just a second. All you moderators, let everybody know that we're coming on, okay? Until then, we'll try to enjoy a little bit of this, okay? Let me put that over here. And let me know if y'all can hear the music. Talking about some people that know how to praise Yah. Woo! And have a good time doing it too and ain't ashamed. You know the proud can't praise Yah. Boy, Nick getting down, ain't it? It should be against the law for people to have this good time worshiping the King of Glory, it shouldn't it? Look at it. Got that good time burning up. Play that sax. That boy good. That boy good. Yeah. Should literally almost be against the law for somebody to have that much fun and that much anointing going on in the praise and worship of the Most High Yah. What other place do y'all know that really truly dances like David danced and really truly gets down and don't care what nobody say, but we're going to praise Yah with all our heart, all our soul, all our mind, all our spirit. Hallelujah. He who the Son set free is free indeed. And where the Spirit of Yah is, there is liberty. Praise is comely for the upright. Man, y'all can get me started here. And we ain't hit Shabbat yet. We can praise him every day though, can't we? Because he's worthy to be praised. Glory, hallelujah. Well, we're snowed in here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Facebook, Straightway Live, other venues and apparatuses, online-church.org, wherever you're listening to us at on this particular day right here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Pastor Dowell. I'm here again for another live broadcast. So y'all getting a bonus here today. Y'all literally are getting a bonus here today. Glory to the King. Shalom to all the pastors, elders, preachers, teachers, those that are help in this labor, the mothers, the brothers, sisters that are joined together in one mind, one heart, one soul, one spirit in the work of the Most High Yah in helping to get this kingdom going and pulling and delivering a lot of people out of false doctrines, false teachings, ideologies, theologies. Well, you know, the other day I made a post on Facebook, and that's not what this particular live broadcast is about today, but the other day I made a live post on Facebook, and during that post, I challenged a lot of people. I'm trying my best to all these mouth-professing believers, and I'm not doubting people's sincerity in their belief and in their structure of allegedly serving the Most High Yah. But what I am doubting is the commitment, because it seems like people love to be religious, but when it comes time and it gets down to vigorous discussion and vigorous debate, people don't want to seem to have that. They just don't want to seem to have that discussion whatsoever at all. Are we doing well up here in the land of the living? We really truly are. We got about 6 inches of snow up here at Straightway. Somewhere between 6 and 8 inches of snow. Something like that up here. And we're not pretty much snowed in because we have trucks. We can get in and we can get out. Blessings from Germany. Hallelujah. Guten Tag. Guten Nacht. Whatever time it is over there. Wiedersehen. Well, I don't mean a Wiedersehen. That means bye, I think. But welcome from Germany. We got a little bit we need to cover here today, just in order to keep us on the cutting edge and keep us informed. Like I said, it's extremely cold here. It's not even above the teens. Matter of fact, it's not above freezing. Let me just go that route. Definitely don't need to do no exaggerating in that at all. Okay, what happened to all my news sources? All my news sources seem to have went away. Let's see what we got right here. We have our precious sister, Erica Perez. And I want y'all to see this. Down there in Texas. And you can see it right over here. The shelves are bone dry. And I mean bone dry. Look at that. And when I mean bone dry, and I say bone dry, I mean dry. Dry, dry, dry. Dry to the hills. And it's, to me, personally, it's a sad situation, an extremely sad situation. And the reason why it's an extremely sad situation is because people, they didn't have to succumb themselves, to this type, what do you say? This type of oppression. But as we are watching, as we go forward, everything today is predicated upon, and it depends on where you are at. Where you are at and who you are listening to. Because if you listening to your government, you would have nothing would have prepared you. Nothing would have prepared you for this. They wouldn't have prepared you for this at all. These shells. However, that's our precious sister right there, and her husband. Where's Jonathan at? He's on here somewhere. But listen to what she writes right here. She says, I must say, we are truly blessed during this mess here in Texas. It's been crazy. I thank the Most High for having a righteous pastor who cares for us and guides us. When we first heard Pastor Dowell years ago warn us of what's coming and how to be prepared, we listened. Stores are closing and running out of food. Electricity is being cut off. Water is limited. And maybe now even being cut off in our city. We have nothing to worry about. We listen. We are prepared. Hallelujah. And you know what the sad part about all this is that I've got a report that people were down there in Texas. Unbelievable. Down there in Texas, burning charcoal in their homes. Charcoal. I'm talking about the stuff that you grill with and you make fires with. Burning charcoal. Do y'all know how toxic that stuff is? And people are doing everything in their power trying to survive. Now, if you was on this broadcast yesterday, you heard a scathing rebuke. I know you did. You heard a scathing rebuke. And I mean a scathing rebuke by Colorado City mayor. Woo, what the rebuke was. And you think that's something, look at this. Look at this. This is inside of someone's home in Texas. During this time frame, apparently, the roof is leaking and the water has come into the house. But not only that, I've got reports that homes are flooding and filling up, and that the grid itself, it cannot take what's happening with all the pipes that are busting. Because, you know, nobody ever figured down in Texas, nobody would ever figure down in Texas that pipes would bust, because the frost line is not that deep down in Texas. But boy, I bet they would it. They had it about 2, 3, 4 foot deep now. But look at this right here. Look at this. You can tell this water was pouring in to the point now that you ain't got to worry about the roof leaking no more. It's sealed. Because look, the water's on the floor. It's a solid sheet of ice and stuff. You can only imagine the extraordinary amount of damage that's been done. People are sleeping in their cars, and they're running out of gas. Walmart is out of water. All the big stores are out of food. They're all out of water. The shelves are bone dry. The people are suffering on an unprecedented scale. And I've said unprecedented. I do mean an unprecedented scale. Pain and suffering. And of course, you got people now telling you in the midst of your suffering to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, and they keep going on and on and on and on and on and so forth and so on. And it's just sickening. It's sickening. It really, truly is sickening. I just don't, I don't know what to say. I really, truly don't. I'm a loss for words almost. I'm at a literal loss for words. It's, when you look at these pictures and you look and see what's going on in this country, and now you watching Joe Biden along with downtown Willie Brown, Kamala Harris, and them, as if they have not already impoverished the United States of America by the stroke of a pen on an executive order. They have got rid of hundreds of thousands of jobs, and he's only been in office 4 weeks. That's why I made a video the other day mockingly saying, boy, how do y'all Democrats like your President Joe Biden now in downtown Willie Brown, Kamala Harris, and the more businesses that go under, it seems like the stronger they get. And it seems like the more empowerment that they have, and they're starting to salivate at the destruction of the country actually going under. And when I mean under, I am saying under. They're going under big time. And when you look and you see everything that's going on in this particular world right now, you can call it toxic masculinity and all this old other stuff, and I tell you, we are in some perilous times, just like the book said that we would be, which was in perilous times. And when it tells us clearly that men were going to be lovers of their own selves, proud, boasters, blasphemers, disobedient, man, we're here. We're here. Now, Joe Biden and CNN with their softballing, that's a term we're going to coin right here, with their softballing of Joe Biden. You can tell that cognitively there's something wrong with him. It ain't all there. I don't know how long he can continue to keep putting up with this rhetoric right here. And my question is, unless you're in extreme good health, why in the hell would you try to run for the office of president? But I suppose the one thing we should be glad for is that the most popular president in American history that America has ever known, with over 80 million votes, or maybe 90 million votes, or maybe 100 million votes, President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden. The most popular trending president in the history of America. Even though he didn't campaign, even though the rallies was dismal, even though, I mean, man, there's much to be desired right here, but I just don't get it, man. But before we go on in news, Rush Limbaugh, the EIB network, meaning the Excellence in Broadcast, talent on loan from God, has passed away of lung cancer at 70 years old. Now, let me say this about Rush Limbaugh and conservatives and some of you out there. I want to try to do my damnedest and do my best to educate many of you out here today that are listening to me. Listen to me, please listen to me very good, okay? I don't agree, and I'm sure you share the same sentiments. I don't agree with a lot of people's political point of views or perspective. I don't agree with their lifestyles. I don't agree with choices and decisions that people make. But I would say rest in peace for Rush Limbaugh like I would anybody else. Even though I know for sure that the scripture cannot be broken. That if a man don't keep the commandments, then hey, the Most High Yah will judge every man accordingly. But just because you disagree with someone does not mean you stop listening. Because the day you shut your ears, I've always told Mother Carol that. I said it's dismal, it's stupid, and it's dumb that you get offended for someone when they say something and you know what they're saying is it goes against your ideology, your theology, it goes against your upbringing, it goes against your morals, your values, your perspectives, your point of views, or whatever you want to call it. You may miss the one thing that they are going to say that's going to benefit you, but because you are offended, you shut up your ears. I didn't say that you had to embrace what people say just because they say certain things. But I tell you, with there's so many different people in this world and different philosophy and perspectives, ultimately people are going to say things that you disagree with. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But I have the ability, the uncanny ability, to be able to listen to someone even if I disagree with them. I do. Because I'm looking for the truth. And I also have the ability to be able to listen to them and not make them my enemies. That is paramount. Now, I often said, if I said it once, said it 1,000 times, a lot of people may be my enemy, and they choose to, but I don't have any. But if you choose to be my enemy, I'll be the best damn enemy you got. And if you want to be my enemy and you want to roll up on me or roll on me like you say, I'm easy to get in touch with. I'm easy to get in touch with because it's easy for people to get behind this camera and on Facebook and say a lot of damn words. But it's totally different when you face to face with somebody and then you got to meet reality right in his eyes, staring you down your damn throat, looking at you through your soul. So, Rush Limbaugh, an icon in radio broadcasting, has passed away. The one thing he did know was politics. Man, he knew politics all over the place. All right, let's move on here. Now, what I'm getting to is this. Joe Biden had a town hall with CNN the other day. And, of course, this softballing and these questionings, these lines of questioning, shouldn't Anderson Cooper be fired for the line of questioning that he did the other day during his town hall? I mean, they are not dealing with nothing. They're not dealing with real issues. It's like that they know this man is dumb, dormant, docile, demonized, demoralized, and the whole 9 yards that he can't even really truly cohesively or cognitively carry on a conversation. They're afraid that he might pop offline any moment. But the softballing of these questions, what about the questions of dealing with Andrew Cuomo and the heinous murder of all those people up in those nursing homes up there in New York City, and people, elderly loved ones died and they couldn't even visit them and see them off into eternity? We never heard anything about that. Boy, if that was the Trump administration, they would be grilling. Wouldn't they be grilling? They will be grilling. What about all the hundreds of thousands of jobs that he has taken away from the Americans within a stroke of a pen. I mean, what is it? What the hell is going on today? The mental gymnastics and everything it's just sad. I think that we need to figure out a way to not only have our own independent platforms to where we don't have to worry about being censored, and that people can really truly have free speech. And if you don't like what they're saying, turn the page, turn the channel. I mean, really. Let's have a Hunger's game. Get it in, get it out. I mean, that's the First Amendment, isn't it? But we need to do something about holding these damn wicked-ass journalists accountable for the type of job that they're doing. Unbelievable. Anderson Cooper didn't ask no real questions. None whatsoever at all. Softballing. We needed to hear, why did he turn around and get rid of all those jobs up there on that Keystone pipeline? We need to hear, why is he just get finished having a meeting with the gun manufacturers in order to take away more hundreds of thousands of jobs? Then he turns around and tells you, when this is all said and done, this is what Biden said, there's going to be 7 million jobs. Man, you people, you trust in a false hope. I told you, if a politician's mouth is moving, they are lying to you. You need to get that. You need to get it through your head. But this Andrew Cuomo debacle, he needs to be doing some jail time. He needs to be accountable for all those deaths up there. Now, when I listened to a portion, mostly portions, as a matter of fact, I've almost listened to all of it, of this town hall meeting that CNN had with Biden, I was running around the house telling my shies, I said, y'all see all this word salad? Notice, word salad. Word salad. And what that means is that there's so many words and there's so many ingredients inside the salad and stuff, you can't even hear what the real true substance of anything is. But it's just sad what's going on. Back to Texas. They just got hit with another wave. I knew we were, because we just got hit with another wave. And it's extremely cold. Extremely cold. And people are dying in this country, left and right. But we're going to be dealing with real issues here. I want y'all to hear something. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. I want y'all to hear what Joe Biden said to someone who is concerned. He's very concerned, or this lady is concerned about her college degree. Let me tell you something. If you have loved ones that are considering going to college, tell them don't do it. Because student loan debt, there's no discharge. There's no discharge to hospital debt. There's no debt forgiveness. You can't declare bankruptcy for it. They've got you locked in. Locked in. And going to college in this environment right here has got to be the most dumbest thing in the world that you could do. Because where you going to go work at? Because, I mean, after all, you're going to tell somebody, well, you're going to go to school for this degree. And then when you get out of school, this job is going to be available, this job is going to be available, this job is going to be available. And then you come to find out that ain't none of these jobs available. You mean to tell me you don't have enough intelligence to look and see? Let me see. You're going to go out there and get saddled up for $20, $30, $60, $100, $150,000 in student loan debt to get so-called educated in an economy, in a society, in a country that you can barely even get a job as a janitor at Walmart. Walmart just got finished canning all of their veteran employees just so they can cut the numbers. And they're offering severance pay to them. Pennies on the dollar based on what they would have made in a year. If you got Walmart employees out there working 40 years for Walmart, 30 years for Walmart, 20 years for Walmart, all gone. 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 They did tell them that you could stay on here, but you're going to have to take a lesser position and you're going to have to take a lesser paying job. Matter of fact, you got to go back to minimum wage. You literally got to go back to minimum wage. And of course, why would people do that when they've worked so hard to get to a certain level? Now all of a sudden that's because anytime there are cuts that has to be made in a corporation, it starts at the bottom. Because the big wigs up there, they got to keep their paycheck rolling in somehow. They got to keep it, and I'm telling you, and now you ain't got to worry about it. Because when you look at these shelves out here, and you see that there's no food on these shelves, no water, no toilet paper, no nothing. And Steve, let me see, Sean Vire, $5 super chat. Thank you for your offering there, for your support of the ministry. Hey, Pastor, big supporter of your message delivering. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. Hallelujah. Thank you. But it's bad. So I want y'all to listen real closely to what the most popular president in the history of mankind. The whole world is literally enthralled about him. Everybody was excited about this one right here. Nobody has ever received more votes than Joe Biden and downtown Willie Brown, Kamala Harris. Nobody has in the history of mankind more popular than Abraham Lincoln, more popular than George Washington, more popular than Ronald Reagan, more popular than Donald Trump, man, I'm telling you. Even though he stayed in his basement and didn't even campaign. Did not even campaign. But sleepy. Hey, I want y'all to listen to this. Get your popcorn out for this one. Check this out.
Jocelyn Fish, a Democrat from Racine. Jocelyn is the Director of Marketing for Community Theater. Jocelyn, welcome. Your question.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. President. Student loans are crushing my family, friends, and...
Oh, and by the way, let me put in here, this is fair use notice right here. All right? Before we go any farther, I'm sorry. Where did it go? Did I take it down? Okay, listen. I've got to put this up here because if I don't get this put up here, who knows what in the world that people don't, some way, somehow, you got to put this stuff up here. But this is fair use. 17 U.S.C. 107, Section 107, limitation of exclusive rights of fair use warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotape, or video disc under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S. 107. And we had to get that in there, believe it or not, because, man, I'm telling you, the way that whoever it is up here that be watching Pastor Dowell, man, it is something else. But, hey, you've got to listen to this. Now, let's get back to it. Listen very, very closely. Listen.
Fellow Americans.
Me too.
Let me go back a little bit so you don't forget the question now.
A Democrat from Racine. Jocelyn is the Director of Marketing for Community Theater. Jocelyn, welcome. Your question.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. President. Student loans are crushing my family, friends, and fellow Americans.
Me too.
The American dream is to succeed, but how can we fulfill that dream when debt is many people's only option for a degree? We need student loan forgiveness beyond the potential $10,000 your administration has proposed. We need at least a $50,000 minimum. What will you do to make that happen?
I will not.
I will not. You will not get any debt forgiveness relief to the tune of $50,000. You will not. I mean, in that way, he could have softened that up a little bit more right there. I mean, man, and then look at her face. I mean, did y'all see her face? Look at her face. Look at her face. And she probably saying that, think I voted for this thing right here. I voted for this. And he is stone-faced. Because he said, remember, his administration promised $10,000, which that ain't nothing. I mean, the only way that $10,000 in debt forgiveness and relief would work in this environment right here is if you went and got your degree online at Phoenix University or something like that. Listen, they're trapping y'all with this. There are no jobs. There are no careers to be had out here. Your career from this point forward, listen to Pastor Dowell, is homesteading, preparation, buying a little piece of land, becoming mutually assistant, going back to the old paths, back to the old landmarks, learning how to can, learning how to garden, learning how to feed yourself, learning how to farm, because farming is going to be the future of this country. Agriculture is going to be the future of this country. Listen, folks, you're looking at the brand new norm here in America. Things ain't coming back. I don't give a damn what they say and how much they try to deceive the hearts of the people by saying it's going to be this, it's going to be that. No, it ain't going to be that. It's going to go from bad to worse. Bad to her, and the more debt and the more money we keep printing, it's going to continue to keep getting worse. You better listen to this preacher. You better listen to this pastor and stop playing these damn games. You better get off your lazy ass, and you better start listening to someone that's going to tell you the uncomfortable, the uncompromising truth. That's what you better do. Because these damn politicians, they don't give a shit about you. Now, I'm telling you right now, you can forget it. You said, I will not. Oh, you know what? I can't even do it justice. I can't even do it justice. Mind you, I've been screaming like this for over 2 decades. On international shortwave radio, AM, FM stations all across this land. I mean, I have been on radio. And now the advent of YouTube, and all this other social media platform by way of the internet, I have been hollering, I have been screaming, to the point I have been begging for people to listen to this preacher right here. Just listen. One more time, because this shock and all, maybe it enter in. But I'm telling y'all, you listen to me. You listen to me. Larry Campbell Jr., $5 super chat. Good afternoon, Pastor. Bless you. Thank you, my brother, for your offering. Y'all listen to this. They don't care about you. See, the borrower is a servant, or the borrower is a slave to the lender. This student loan, listen to me. I'm going to go a little bit further before I play this again to let you know what's at stake. If you in this life have any hope at any type of prosperity whatsoever at all, meaning owning land, owning a home, owning any vehicles or whatever, in anything, in at all, as long as they got you saddled up with debt, whatever you so-called own, they can call it and come and get it from you at any damn time they want. Y'all better listen to me. You better listen to me. Y'all better damn listen to me. You better get past, I don't like how Pastor Dowell talks. Well, damn it, I don't like how you hear. You should be thanking me that I have the gumption and the unmitigated gall to get on here and get in your face and tell you what you need to do just to try to prod you into movement. To be able to preserve the children, even if your stupid ass don't want to do a damn thing, at least you would do something and care about the children. Anyway, look. We gonna hit this again. We're gonna hit this again. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready?
Family, friends, and fellow Americans.
Me too.
The American dream is to succeed, but how can we fulfill that dream when debt is many people's only option for a degree? We need student loan forgiveness beyond the potential $10,000 your administration has proposed. We need at least a $50,000 minimum. What will you do to make that happen?
I will not make that happen. It depends on whether or not you go to a private university or public university. It depends on the idea that I say to a community, I'm going to forgive the debt, the billions of dollars of debt for people who have gone to Harvard and Yale and Penn and schools my children. I went to a great school, I went to a state school. But is that going to be forgiven rather than use that money to provide for early education for young children who come from disadvantaged circumstances? But here's what I think. I think everyone, and I've been proposing this for 4 years.
You know what? Before we go any damn further, what the hell did he just got finished saying? Did he say any damn thing that had any substance to it whatsoever at all? Did he say any damn thing that's got any teeth to it whatsoever at all? Just one thing. Did he say any damn thing? Sound like a bunch of rhetoric to me. Let's hear what this proposal is. Let's hear it. As a matter of fact, let's hear what this proposal is. Let's bring him up over here on scene too, okay? Let's hear what this proposal is, because I want to hear this. Don't you want to hear it? I want to hear this. I want to move this over here and bring this up just a little bit. I want to hear what this proposal is, Mr. Joe Biden.
Everyone should be able to go to community college for free. For free. That's cost $9 billion.
Stop. What's wrong with these mindless people? He makes a statement that everybody should go to community college for free. For free. He ain't gonna do a damn thing about it just because he said it. Thank you for your $10 super chat there, man. C Shields. I find it disrespectful how many people have been listening to you recently, repeating your talking points on YouTube and don't give you credit. You literally have been doing this for over 20 years. I have. Y'all hear that? She's upset that people are listening to my broadcast and then taking my content, my time, my energy, my effort, and using it as their own talking points. It is disrespectful and dishonest, but what you expect from a fallen world, a wicked world, that don't want to give anybody any accolades or any acknowledgement for what they do. I mean, I'm glad you recognize it, though. See, my listening audience are people who exercise self-autonomy and very intelligent. And that's what I bank on more than anything. The people that listen to me are doers, and they get it. But anyway, watch this. Hey, San Diego says I love you. Love y'all too out there in San Diego, but you need to get out of California. Listen to what he said. In other words, y'all just heard a bunch of damn hot air and rhetoric. He didn't say a damn thing. Huh? Brother Vincent Resco, $5 super chat. The only college worth attending is the Straightway University of the Painful Truth. Double honors. My pastor. You got that right. Listen what he says.
And we should pay for it. And the tax policies we have now, we should be able to pay for it. You spend almost that much money as a break for people who own racehorses. And I think any family making under $125,000 whose kids go to a state university.
Oh, okay. Now, y'all got to listen real listen real closely. Anybody who makes over $120,000, listen. 1%, only 1% of America makes over $120,000 a year. If I stretch it and be very liberal in this, Brother Brown, $50 super chat. Bless you, Pastor. Stay warm and be safe. This cold as dead season has been a mother. Shalom. Thank you, my brother. Listen. Wow, what I was getting ready to say. Shoot, lost it. Lost my train of thought there. What was it? Oh, check this out. Listening to Biden again. Get a little bit more content here.
What's that more money as a break for people who own racehorses?
No. Listen. If I be liberal and stretch it to 10% of the population, let's hear the hot air rhetoric getting ready to come out of his mouth. Yoshi K, $5 super chat. Just got in. I see you're watching this mentally lackluster town hall meeting. Yeah, it's very impotent, isn't it? It is. It's very impotent. I'm bringing some points in, though. Check this out, though. Listen.
And I think any family making under $125,000.
That's 99% of Americans.
Kids go to a state university they get into. That should be free as well. And the thing
Wait a minute. So he's saying community colleges, state universities. If you don't know what state universities like, Florida State, Tennessee, University of Texas, University of Tennessee, stuff like that. University of Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio State. He's talking about stuff like that. He thinks that all this should be free. But for the people that go to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Penn State, all these private colleges, right? Dartmouth and all these other people. Let's see what he got to say.
We do in terms of student debt that's accumulated is provide for changing the existing system now for debt forgiveness if you engage in volunteer activity.
All right, so let me translate the rhetoric for you, okay? In other words, your ass is grass. If you were dumb enough and stupid enough to go out here and get saddled up with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt prior to this, because our plan only has to do with going forward, not looking back. Looking back, your ass better pay this damn debt or you're going to be canned one day out on the street. And of course, how the government's going to do that? Because, you know, it's against the law to try to send somebody to debt prison, you know, debtor's prison. Would they enforce this at the edge of a gun barrel? I don't know. Let's just check this out.
For example, if you're teaching school, after 5 years, you have $50,000 of your debt forgiven. If you worked in a battered women's shelter, if you worked and so on. So you'll be able to forgive debt. Thirdly, I'm going to change the position that we have now to allow for debt forgiveness. This is so hard to calculate, whereby you can now, depending on how much you make and what program you saw, you can work.
Ooh, he's struggling, ain't he? He's struggling. This is what Pastor Dowell calls word salad. You see what I'm talking about? Word salad. Are y'all listening to all these fillers and pronouns and play-ons? And he's trying his best. He's struggling. He's trying to get this mind working right here to try to, okay, I need to say this and whoa, boy, I tell you, this is worth the admission of popcorn alone.
Off that debt by the activity you have, and you cannot be charged more than X% of your take-home pay so that it doesn't affect your ability to buy a car, own a home, etc.
So what did he just say? Let me translate again. Listen, damn it. Our plan going forward is based upon the amount of income that you make. And whatever the amount of income you make, we're going to force and take that shit out of your damn check, whether you like it or not. And not 1 cent more. And you don't believe me? Listen. Let's listen again. If you don't believe me, listen.
You have now to allow for debt forgiveness. This is so hard to calculate, whereby you can now, depending on how much you make and what program you saw, you can work off that debt by the activity you have, and you cannot be charged more than X% of your take-home pay so that it doesn't affect your ability to buy a car, own a home, etc.
I'm sorry, but this is painful to listen to. This is extremely painful to listen to. Brian Turner, $10 super check. Y'all bless you, Pastor Dowell. Bless you too, my brother. Is this not extremely painful to listen to? I promise you we're going to make it through it, though. We got to hear it, though. We've got to hear this. As painful as it is, because you know what? It's the only thing, when you hear stuff like this, it's the only thing that's going to convince us that CNN is full of shit. With their damn softballing of his questions. And they probably picked the people and they screened them, determined what they was getting ready to ask, and he think that he's an expert on this. He's very confident about answering this. But damn, man, word salad. Word salad. Meaning he's got his word, but there's a whole lot of ingredients in this salad. Different fruits, different vegetables, different everything. It don't mean nothing. Here we go.
Each of my children graduated from school. I mortgaged the house. I was listed as the poorest man in Congress for, not a joke, for over 30 years.
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, ho. This booger's been in Congress for over 30 years. He's been in Congress for 40 damn years. Now, I'm listed as the poorest man in Congress, making over $183,000 a year. And that's not including all of the perks that he's been receiving from Russia and China and backyard deals and Hunter Biden. And matter of fact, we didn't even hear. Matter of fact, why hasn't CNN called him to carpet about Hunter Biden and his Russia dealings, and along with his China, his relationships with China? But they stayed on Donald Trump, wasted $30 million of taxpayers' money. $30 million. Let me stop for a second. Remember I told you I'm a lifetime member of Gun Owners of America, right? Remember I told you I don't like NRA. Well, they filed for bankruptcy from New York. Jared Gordon filed our super chat. Thank you for the truth and exposing the BS. You're welcome. The NRA is filing for bankruptcy from New York because they have taken all the money of the people that contributed to this and put it to their lavish lifestyles. And now they're trying to move the charter to Texas. But so they're trying to get out of there unscathed from and don't have to worry about paying all these lawsuits and everything that's going on. But not only that, listen to this about the NRA. They gave one lawyer $12 million for 90 days of work. Let's get back to Biden. Listen.
And but I was able to I bought a home I spent a lot of time working on, and I was able to sell it for some profit. But my oldest son.
What the hell, damn it, does this got to do with answering my question on are you going to forgive student loan debt? Nobody gives a damn about you being the poorest guy in Congress because that's what you alleged. Nobody gives a damn you bought a home and you sold the damn thing for a profit. Nobody gives a damn that you didn't send all your children to college because you did it. Basically, the people are asking, what about me, damn it? What about us? See, whoa, mercy. Watch.
Graduated after undergraduate and graduate school with $136,000 in debt after working 30 hours a week.
No, you got it. 40 years in Congress.
During school. My other son went to Georgetown and Yale Law School, graduated $142,000 in debt.
Ooh, Georgetown, Yale, Georgetown. Wait a minute, you the poorest man in Congress? How the hell they get there? All these people can't be that damn intelligent. Man.
And he worked for the parking service and
Malane McNeil, $5 super chat. Thank you for your offering very much. Okay, let me do it. Since when does pastor use profanity? Since you started listening to this one. Because there's nothing. Show me in the Bible where it condemns profanity, what you call profanity. It's obvious. See, you can tell I should be, avoiding foolish and unlearned questions. But who told you? Let me just go ahead and deal with this for a second. There's a word that's now in the English language that I don't use much. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a damn education with all you stupid ass people out there that's got clean mouths and filthy lives. They think you know something and you can't even damn fight your ass out of a damn debt paper bag. You call damn, shit, hell, and all this other stuff profanity and cuss words. And Jesus told you clearly you will know them by their fruits, not by how they talk. Who told you that what I'm saying is profanity and who defines that? Who? Who says you don't even know what cursing is? A lot of people levy charges on me cursing. What is cursing? You don't even know what cursing is. I know what cursing is. And there's an English word in the English vernacular called fuck. You ever heard that word? Fuck. You ever heard that one? You know what that means? This origins of the word fuck comes from German. It's a German origin. And it means to strike. That's what it means. It don't mean you're going to go fuck something. It means to strike. Now, I just simply don't use it because I choose not to use it. but I do know the etymology of the word, and I'm not ignorant. So even at that, let's just use the Apostle Paul's speech when he says, listen, I may be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. Why don't you sit up there and acknowledge that and then sit down and shut up and listen and learn something? If you can't, take your ass on to another damn platform where some dumb, stupid, dumb, dormant, docile, demonized, and demoralized person is going to fleece you, keep you dumb, and keep you in a position where you can't even do a damn thing to preserve you and your family. How about that? So much for all the so-called intelligence of stupid, ignorant-minded people, huh? They don't know what the hell. Don't even know what the hell word. Who told you that this was? Go and look at the etymologies of words and stop being damn dumb as hell. You probably a person that still celebrate Christmas and Easter, and you still sit up and think that you are the sum of all wisdom and epitome of all righteousness. You think that you have a monopoly on truth. You think you are morally capable of knowing right from wrong. You probably a shithead like all the rest of these damn people that come against and oppose those of us of truth that's trying to put a defibrillator on your dumb ass mind to wake you up. Over here, this is an intelligent audience. So I wanted to go ahead and address that real quick. Let's get back to this, and we're going to leave the trolls out. I want y'all moderators, some stupid people like that, get them out. Put them out. Put them out. Put them out, all right? You're fortunate I was able to see that to address this.
Down in Washington. My daughter went to Tulane University and then got a master's at Penn.
Now, wait a minute. Is this not about this woman asking about debt forgiveness? Why are you giving us your damn family history of all your children when it went to damn college and become very successful in life? What the hell is going on?
She graduated $103,000 in debt. So I don't think anybody should have to pay for that, but I do think you should be able to work it off. My daughter's a social worker.
That don't make no damn sense. What do you mean you don't think anybody has to pay for that, but you do believe that people should have to work it off? What kind of rhetoric is that? What type of double talk is that? Folks, this is called word salad. This is called word salad. Are you following me? All right? We got 950 people in the live chat listening today. Come on.
My other son ran the World Food Program USA, and so on. They didn't qualify. But my point is, I understand the impact of the debt, and it can be debilitating. And I think there's a whole question about what universities are doing. They don't need more skyboxes. What they need is more money invested in making. So that's why I provide, for example, $80 billion, $70 billion over 10 years for HBCUs, another minority.
You ain't did a damn thing, provided shit. Any type of damn money that the government is set up there, so-called saying that they provided and give it, it's borrowed from the future of your children's children. Government can't produce anything, they only take. Randy Dale Franklin, $5. If they forgive all student loan debt, and there should be no more student loans created by government made college expense anyway. I'm telling you, they're borrowing from your children's children. That government ain't creating. The only thing the government can do is take. And anytime they're continuing to keep so-called what they call giving, they're taking from the prosperity of your children's future. Listen, what I'm telling you how to go about this life right here, how to live the way that his affluent ass and the rest of these damn rich people been doing. Except you need to do it in a way that when you build a home, you can always add on to it. Am I making sense? Because I'm telling y'all, this is the new norm, America. This is the new norm, brothers and sisters. This is the new norm in this world right here. And you've got to learn how to do things because they know how to get over. They know how to get over in this life. And I'm teaching you how to do it righteously so that your children, because we as a people, we're supposed to lay up for our children's children. We're supposed to teach our children so they can preserve them children and teach their next children how to keep what they got, keep their lands. Ain't nobody doing it. We don't have an inheritance. How many of you have ever received an inheritance from your lovable, kind, sweet mama or your daddy? How many of you has ever received an inheritance? And damn, this administration right here in itself is responsible for the decimation of the black community on an unprecedented scale. Anytime you keep handing out stuff, giving out free stuff, and keep on giving out free stuff and making people entitlement stuff, you're not helping them people. Not at all. You're not helping the people. You're impoverishing them even more so. You're making them dependent. That's why people are begging nowadays. Begging. Listen, you want to go to school? Go to school of gardening. Go to the school of agriculture, because we as Israelite Hebrew people, that is our culture anyway. We're an agricultural people. You want to go to school? Get you a shovel and a pitchfork and a hoe and get your ass out there in that dang ground and learn how to grow food like Adam did. Because whether you like it or not, you're going to. Because, I mean, the alternative is these empty shells. And that belly hitting that spine only in America. The welfare state of America, only in America. Oh, Pastor Dowell. Oh, Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell, why you talk like that, Pat Dowell? Pat Dowell, you know what you talk about. Pat Dowell. Oh, you just mean Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell, every time I turn around, Pat Dowell. Oh, you doing Pat Dowell, just hollering at Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell. I wish you back, Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell, I wish you were more benevolent, Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell, I wish you would just, Pat Dowell, use a little bit more softer speech, Pat Dowell. Pat Dowell, I wish you just, Pat Dowell, just love a Pat Dowell. And Pat Dowell, and stop talking to us, Pat Dowell. And to Pat Dowell, and just Pat Dowell, just stop bringing Pat Dowell. All these rhetoric, Pat Dowell, disparaging comments on us, Pastor Dowell, and stuff. And Pastor Dowell, just help us, Pastor Dowell. That's what we need, Pastor Dowell. Pastor Dowell, we don't need Pastor Dowell. We don't need a rebuke and reprove, Pastor Dowell. Pastor Dowell, we don't need all that, Pastor Dowell. Pastor Dowell, come on, we can hear you, Pastor Dowell. No, you ain't, because if you was hearing me, you'll do something. There'll be some fruit behind it. Unveiled truth. $5 super chat. Well, hey, they tax our inheritance. Thievery at its finest. Again, you have to listen to me to learn how to navigate in this world. Listen to me. Stop blaming. Listen. I am a man of Yah, Jeremiah 3:15, who's been called by the Most High Yah, who has been sent here for your help. Brother Trent Pray, $5 super chat. Bless you, Pastor Dowell. Currently going to Penn State myself for PA school, and I have 2 years left. Is there value in continuing, my pastor? You have to assess that yourself, because one thing you do, you don't, this guy up here talking right here, if his mouth is moving, he's lying. You don't believe a damn thing he's saying, because he can't do shit for you. He ain't going to do a damn thing for you. Whatever you can do, if you're in that school, you better make sure that you don't go out there and keep selling up debt, because you ain't going to get that debt forgiven. You have to assess your situation. You have to determine if you're able to continue on with this and then meet an expected end. There's very few people like Brother Steve that come from New York that now lives here in Tennessee, that has a testimony to where he followed the same thing that his pastor did. And his wife has a master's in education, and he has a bachelor's, and he's a nurse. And he went and worked his rear end off and paid off $150,000. It took him 4 or 5 years to do it. He did it working 2 or 3 jobs. You don't see him on here bitching about student loans and every damn thing else. He did what Pastor Dowell told him to do. And now he's free. Now he's literally free, and he's enjoying life and living the life. See, everybody's looking for all these damn government programs and handouts. Anytime the government give you something, they got one hand behind their back ready to take something from you. Remember that. Listen, there's more of this rhetoric.
Serving universities, because they don't have the laboratories to be able to bring in those government contracts that can train people. And
oh, by the way, he's saying we don't need no more boxes and stuff up there. In other words, we don't need more boxes being filled because people out there on the gridiron playing sports and bringing in the money for entertainment.
Cybersecurity or other future endeavors that pay well. But I do think that in this moment of economic pain and strain,
Yup, blah, 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 blah. Rhetoric, 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 rhetoric. Word salad, word salad, word salad, word salad. Rachel Haitis, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. $5 super chat. When people inherit lands nowadays, they want to sell it. Most of the time, there's more important things than money. They're not making money anymore. They're not making any more land. You got that right. That's because they're foolish. They want to go and sell everything that their parents worked for and then go to the city and spend it all in this dang economy, which is nothing but a bag with holes. But y'all hearing this, he's still answering this question. Listen, blah, 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 blah. He ain't saying nothing, but you do know the history of his family's education, though.
That we should be eliminating interest on the debts that are accumulated, number one. And number two, I'm prepared to write off the $10,000 debt, but not 50.
Mr. President, let me ask you.
Because I don't think I have the authority to do it by sign.
You have, over the years, over your career, you've already...
Now, he lying. He lying. You can executive order everything else, but you can't executive order that? Huh? You can executive order everything else, but you can't executive order that. And you notice how Anderson Cooper quickly came in as soon as he could to try to help recover them. Watch this. I want to show y'all something. Watch this.
Spent a great deal of time at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Listen.
Except now you're living there and you're president. It's been 4 weeks. What's it like?
That's called softballing. He has done deflected with all this rhetoric and all this hot air. He has done deflected. Y'all hear this? Look, Anderson Cooper's more concerned about what is it like you living in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He didn't answer the woman's question at all. Didn't answer it at all. Rhetoric and hot air. He said nothing. And Anderson Cooper came in and deflected from the question because the more he talked, I don't want to disrespect. Anyway, the more he talked, the crazier he sounded. And you think that's something? Hey, check this out. Y'all ready for this one? I want y'all to understand that this one right here, this good old boy right here, he got a way that he look at melanated folks in this country. And you blacks, as you so been designated, and you Hispanics, I want you to hear what he thinks about you. I'm going to try my best to let this play for a minute so you can let this sink in. Because this is his mindset, and this is the mindset of the Democratic Party. And anytime you got these coons out here that gets on the radio, and the majority of them on Sirius XM, on what's that thing called? Dog it, there's a channel out there on Sirius XM. I can't remember. Whatever Joe Madison is on is what they own. I can't remember the name of the station. We got 1,000 people, in the chat room. But listen, this is his mindset concerning super predators. And he ain't going to talk about super predators. That's what Hillary Clinton said. This is the Democratic mindset of what they think about black people. Listen to this real close.
To be able to walk 5 miles to go get a vaccine.
Here we go.
The other thing we found is, and I'm sorry to go on, but this is really important.
Listen, this is important.
The other portion is, a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in the rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store. So we're also committed to spend $1 billion on public education to help people figure out how they can get in there. That's we're also trying to set up mass vaccination centers, like places in stadiums and the like.
Are you
Did anybody hear what I just said? I mean, what he just said. Anybody hear what he just said? Did anybody hear what he just said? I'm going to give y'all a chance to respond in this chat room. Did anybody hear what he just said about black folks and Hispanics? Armando Negron, $20 super chat. Thank you, my brother. Did anybody hear it? Anybody? He basically just called you black folks, all those black folks, and you Hispanics, you too damn dumb to use a computer to know how to get online and go to Walgreens and get vaccinated. This is brazen, bold, beyond measure. The Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, $20 shalom. You were speaking about Urban View Channel, 126 series. You got it, bro. Urban View, man, a communist channel. Anyway, y'all hear that? That's what he just, in case you missed it, let's go back here just a little bit. What he said about blacks and Hispanics.
Meaning it's a high concentration of COVID, you're not likely to be able to walk 5 miles to go get a vaccine. The other thing we found is, and I'm sorry to go on, but this is really important to me, the other portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store. So I've committed.
Translation: the people in the inner cities, the black folks and the Hispanics, y'all dumb as hell. You too stupid and illiterate to know how to get online. Anyway, is anybody hearing what I'm saying? Anybody? Anybody hearing what I'm saying? Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? Shannon Soon, Traveling Network, 2021, and still ain't no punk ass pastor. You got that right, my brother. And y'all heard what you just heard it right out of your president's mouth. That's why I keep saying I don't understand for the life of me how in the hell black folks, black people, melanated people, African Americans, whatever designation you choose, I can't understand for the life of me why in the hell are you people voting Democratic? What the hell's wrong with y'all? This is by history the most racist party that there is. And you're hearing it come right out of his mouth. Remember, it's dear to his heart. I'm sorry to go on like this, but this is dear to my heart, Anderson Cooper. Don't sit up there and fault me. Don't shoot the messenger. See, because we're not going to be softballing nothing over here. Hear the problem? Y'all hear the problem? I feel sorry. I do. I feel sorry. I feel sorry. Now, you look at this woman's face. I want y'all to zero in. Look at this woman's face when he said that. Look. She was all smiles before I asked the question. Wait. We can't miss this. You've got to see her face prior to him answering this question. What? Her world has just been rocked. Her world has been rocked, man. Her earth has been shattered. Whoa, man. Woo! Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Let's go back here.
Effective
It may not be as effective
against the variant, but it still would be effective.
Still be effective. So the clear notion is,
here it comes.
If you're eligible, if it's available, get the vaccine. Get the vaccine.
I want you to meet, this is Desi Levy, a Democrat from Milwaukee. She's a registered nurse, former academic dean.
See the gleam in her eye? Look.
She's also currently the director of a faith-based nonprofit. Desi, welcome.
By the way, you've heard me say this before, Becky.
Woo! Look at her. Yeah, Mr. President, Mr. President, yeah.
If there's any angels in heaven, they're all nurses, male and female.
Y'all hear that? And we supposed to just believe that shit because he said it. If there are any angels in heaven, male or female, they're all nurses. Word salad. buttering, because I'm getting ready to laugh in the shadow your heaven. Mike, New York, which is in Tennessee, $20 super chat. Bless you, Shepherd. Love you dearly. Obadiah, Israel, $10. Thank you for his light in this system nothingness. Yeah. Check this out. Check this out. Look at her now. Y'all look at her posture.
Doctors let you live. Nurses make you want to live. I can tell you as a
Cheesy.
consumer of healthcare, my family, you're wonderful. Thank you for what you do.
God bless you. Mr. President, hello. My name is Dr. Desi Levy, and my question to you is, considering COVID-19 and its significant impact on Black Americans, especially here in Milwaukee, and thus the exacerbation of our racial disparities in healthcare, we have seen less than 3% of Blacks and less than 5% of Hispanics given the total number of vaccines that have been administered to this point. Is this a priority for the Biden administration, and how will the disparities be addressed? And that's both locally and nationally.
Well, first of all, it is a priority, number one. Number two, there's two reasons for it being the way it is.
All right, so
Number
it takes a
one.
little while to get to number two, but I'm going to refresh our mind here real quick again about what the other reason is. Listen very closely. Here's the reason.
The other portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store. So I've committed to spend $1 billion on public education.
Do you see the good doctor's face now? In case you can't see it, look. Let me get a close-up. Look at her face when he's saying, woo, what happened to the gleam? Huh? What happened to the gleam? What happened to the pomp and the cheese? And what happened? Woo! I'm sorry. Whoa! I'm sorry. Hey, I think the most interesting thing, though, after this is to see how Anderson Cooper comes in to try to deflect and try to move on real fast from this racist comment he just got finished saying. Listen.
To help people figure out how they can get in there. That's we're also trying to set up mass vaccination centers, like places in stadiums and the like.
Are you concerned about the rollout of this online? Because it has been incredibly confusing for...
In other words, let me disrespect and let me, the book teaches don't even interrupt the man in his speech. So Anderson Cooper, he gets in real quick because that woman is salty. That woman is salty, boy. She probably said, man, I cannot believe my black ass voted for this. Whoa! Boy, who let the air out of her? Did y'all see that look? Oh, man! You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Hey, let's finish this real quick.
A lot of people, not just older people, it's younger people just trying to find a place to get a vaccine.
Yes, and I have, because look what we inherited. We inherited a circumstance here where, and now for we did a lot in the first 2 weeks, in a circumstance where, number one, there weren't many vaccinators. You didn't know where you could go get a vaccine administered to you because there was no one to put it in your arm, number one. Number two, there was very little federal guidance as to say what to look for, how to find out where, in fact, you could go. You can go online, and every single state now has a slightly different mechanism by which they say who's qualified, where you can get the vaccine.
Anyway, we done with the rhetoric of that. It's nothing but just blah, 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 blah. In other words, this whole town hall meeting accomplished nothing. Just nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing you can stick your teeth in. Nothing. Just all rhetoric. We have 1,100 people in the chat room right now. And just rhetoric. Rhetoric. Every bit of it is. You know, as we begin to move on here, and I'm getting a little long right here. No telling how long I've been on today, but, you know, I got to show y'all, man. I try my best to show y'all what the hell's going on here today. It's bad out here. And for all you people over there that are contributing by Cash App, thank you for your offerings. And thank you for contributing to this. Like I said, we're working on our own independent online feed. Even though we have one, we're looking for a more sustainable, a more reliable one that can be able to handle, and matter of fact, that we can be able to control every aspect of it. Every aspect of it. Because, I mean, if these people out here can do it, we can do it too. We're looking forward to that. But I'm telling y'all, you can tell this thing was well rehearsed. You can tell that this whole thing was well rehearsed. The puff gloves was on. They softballed the whole entire dang thing. They're not dealing with real issues. You got a serious crisis on your hand right now with Texas down there, people dying. You have that. You got thousands of jobs going away. Andrew Cuomo, man, is on the fire seat. But, you know, where's that mess? Well, no, I think I wish I could find that one. But I don't think I have it up here. But I thought I did. But, man, I tell you, when you sit up and you watch all these people that get acquitted and people go off and other people get jail time disproportionately, you should have learned your lesson a long time ago. And when I'm talking about disproportionate jail time and stuff, I mean, really, let's just think about this for a second, all right? Let me give you an example of disproportionate jail and what's going on in this country, and the reason why a lot of people, they just choose instead of talk about real issues. That happens on the social front, the economic front, the religious front, and all the perspectives and point of views, but nobody really truly wants to get down and deal with substance. They don't want to deal with stuff. They want to just deflect. And I tell you, man, poor people, man, I tell you, you got to stop listening to these churches. You got to stop listening to these camps. You got to stop listening to anybody that's deceiving you in their lifestyle. Don't line up with what the book says it should. You've got to stop listening to them. You've got to. Now, look at this right here. Look at this. This is that woman that was literally responsible for the murder of Emmett Till. If this reads, if Bill Cosby can be convicted at 81 years old, then why isn't charges being brought up upon Carolyn Bryant Doham for accessory to murder, for having Emmett Till killed and confessing in 2017 that she lied about the entire ordeal? What's going on, people? Why is there the double standard in this country? See, what I do is I raise issues that stimulating thought. And I've learned that I've got this uncanny ability that there are some things that people want to talk about and some things people don't want to talk about. I posted a post the other day on Facebook because there's a lot of religious people on Facebook, man. They will have you to think, man, that they are Gandhi and Mother Teresa themselves, with their piousness and stuff, and they really truly act like they really truly are concerned. But I posted something the other day on Facebook, and I gotta get some of this other stuff down. And this is what I said on Facebook, and I want y'all to see this. Look, right here. I said, I personally would love to have a very serious sit-down, civil, respectful conversation about religion, Jesus Christ, salvation, keeping the commandments, and the love of God, and anything else that could be on the minds of people around my age, and especially those who I went to high school with. I am sure it will be very challenging, and I am sure It will challenge the hearts and the minds. Let's see if this post gets any interest. Also, let me include doctrine. And you know what? Nobody, hardly anybody, is saying anything. Look, I got a brother from Canada talking. All these people out here, nothing. I even got a brother from Jamaica chimed in on this, but I ain't got nobody that loves getting on here, touting themselves as a believer in Messiah. And I don't have any of them on here whatsoever at all, spouting all their rhetoric and how all of it, they all gone. They all of a sudden, I know they seen it, because you can see the amount of views that's there. You know they seen it. Where is it at? Where is it at over here? There has been 35 shares, over 35 shares. That's a lot of people looking at this thing. And there's been 116 other people that sit there and looked at this thing. You know it's out there on Facebook, because Facebook is huge. And so I got something that I also posted on Facebook. All right. And I'm not going to deal with it right now at this particular broadcast. As a matter of fact, I may save it, depending on how the weather is. I may deal with this subject tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio. I may deal with it on my patron site. If you are not a patron, you may want to consider coming over, becoming a patron over on Pastor Dowell's Patron channel. I have a hell of a lot more freedom and a hell of a lot more liberty to be able to speak that truth and let that truth rain down like rain. I mean, like, and fall on you like a heavy rain over there. No compromise and no chaser, just straight up truth coming right down the pipe. And this is what I'm going to be dealing with. I've heard a lot of people give an opinion, but this is what I'm going to be dealing with. And it's this. A man cheated on his wife, and the wife cheated back for revenge. Unfortunately, she got pregnant for another man. She got pregnant from another man. Who broke the family? Mature minds only, please. See, this needs to be dealt with, and I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to flat out deal with it. I'm going to give you the straight up Bible truth. And I promise you, if you're in this deceived religion, you're not going to like what's getting ready to be said. Any way, shape, fashion, form, because, Yahweh, Shemaim heaven, has a whole total different way of looking at things as opposed to the way you look at things through the lenses that you view stuff in down here in this world. There are people out there that are just not simply there for your good. Now, tonight, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have our sisters broadcast. Sister Ashley, the host, the Mother Jennifer, the co-host down in Georgia. They'll be on here speaking about things, possibly, I don't know, answer a question or whatever it is. Somebody said they both did. Well, we gonna see, ain't we? Ain't we gonna see? Ain't we gonna see? See, that's how you know that people answer from their own vain opinion and they don't answer from truth. I mean, do you know how many people, where is it at? Do you know how many people, here we go, that carry this Bible every week to church, that don't know the mind or the will of Yah? They know religion, but they don't know Him, the creator of the universe. They don't know the creator of the universe. They don't know nothing about what this has to say. They know what their opinion says. They know what their preacher says. They know what their religion says. They know what their mama says. They know what their daddy says. They know what everybody else says, but they don't know what is His truth. Woo! It's going to get hot. It is going to get hot in here. Y'all better hear me. It's going to get hot in here. So if you want to hear what I got to say, chances are I'm probably going to deal with this maybe tomorrow night on Blog Talk Radio, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's a link down below in the descriptions. If not, since we're not going to have Sabbath service in the tabernacle, I'm going to be in this saddle right here. We may deal with this subject during the Sabbath at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Just to be able to inform those who are not what you call religious in nature, But the truth is, they only want to know the truth of what the Bible has to say. Not what nobody else has to say. They want to know what the Bible has to say. And mind you, most religious people, they may seem like that they have a zeal for Yah, but it ain't according to knowledge. There's a lot of religious people out here, believe it or not, they don't even want to talk about the Most High. They don't even want to even consider, they don't even want to be challenged in their doctrinal belief because they're fearing that in that challenge, they may have to change. They don't want it. Bro, Steve up in Canada, how you coming along with the patch things that I asked for you to check on me, brother? But these people ain't serious about the Most High. They're not serious about the Most High at all. But we're going to learn the truth. And we're going to see if your opinion is different from the creator of the universe. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Got something to do with him. Because that's how all of us are going to be judged. Every single one of us are going to be judged according to the things that were written in that book. So we're going to deal with that. Well, anyway, hey, I've been long, very long. At least I know I've probably been on here. If I've been on here 2 hours, I've been on here for a while. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we had at the very beginning. But we're going to deal with that and many, many more things. And the reason why I'm on here twice within this week is because we're snowed in. We are literally snowed in. We got 6 inches of snow out here. It's a lot of snow out here. All you people that's giving over on Cash App and contributed, thank you very much for your contribution. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Let me show y'all what it looks like out here. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, it's snow. Y'all seen it before. There's a lot of snow out here. Well, woo, boy, Elder Rufus is dropping it already. She's a whore. Man. Woo, boy. Yeah, can't nobody say that Elder Rufus, man, is mixing words, can they? Man. He coming hard in the paint. Hey, I bless you all. Thank you all for watching and listening. I hope I said something to stimulate thought today. I hope y'all be encouraged. And I'm going to go in here and do a little bit of relaxation. I thank all you brothers here at Straightway who have kept the saints in their homes full of wood in order for them to stay warm. And your labor of love of scraping the sidewalks for the saints, for the sisters, making sure that they're good to go. And everything that you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. I tell you, man, I've got a damn good set of young men in this community that unparalleled. They can't even. There's no comparison with them and any others. Our family here, Straightway, is just beautiful. That's all I can say. It's just a beautiful family. I believe I have the best family in the world, the family in the Most High Yah, because my natural family, they don't give a damn about me. I guess the feeling's mutual, but they chose that, not me. They chose that. But man, I tell you, Elder Rufus, I'm gonna give you a call as soon as I get off here, okay? So anyway, hey, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay warm, and listen to me when I'm speaking to you about preparedness. Go to my Patreon channel. Go figure out. I got videos up there on that. I have some on this channel right here where we talk about community and preparedness. Get informed, get educated, come out of these Christian churches, come out of these camps, come out of all this false doctrine. Anybody don't believe in the Messiah, Jesus Christ, Yahshua HaMashiach, run and take your family and run as fast as you can because they are devils. Every single one of them are devils. If they don't believe in the New Testament, run. They're devils. These are wolves in sheep clothing. They are liars. They are deceivers, and they are antichrist. Run. So I bless you all in the sweet, precious, and strong, and victorious, and mighty, overcoming name of our soon-coming King, Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. Shalom, shalom, shalom. The King is coming.